Do you want me to mute? I'll mute. I'm muting. Bye-bye. I love you.
Tombstone's gang. Yep, you heard that right.
Your camera's off. I don't know.
Is it on now?
Yes.
I switched over to my iPad, so. Okay, sweet. They're not like legal ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
They get taken down all the fucking time. It's just like. It does make sense, yes?
Alright.
So, most of the time, Noah and I are always on the hunt for new ones. I mean, fucking constantly. Noah, are you saying anything on the stream?
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Hello?
It's like silent. That's fucking annoying. Hang on, I'm getting off your stream to see if my headphones are connected. Can you unmute and talk to me? Just to see if it's my headphones or if it's the stream.
Hello.
Okay, it's not my headphones, is what that means. Hi. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like, I am not able to hear you.
They tried. They tried to silence me. Tried to kill me. Who? Whoever engineered Rhino's escape and sent him careening through my studio right in the middle of recording my charity Christmas special. Think of the children. And think of me. Because J. Jonah Jameson refuses to be silenced. So in my tireless mission to bring you just the facts, I'm holding my nose.
Sweet.
In broadcasting, from my producer Jared's disgusting hovel of a studio apartment that he shares with... how many others? 5? Good Lord, Jared, when I was your age, I owned a 2-bedroom on the Upper West Side. Your generation. I swear. Anyway, if you are wondering who arranged Rhino's escape and pointed him right at your favorite truth speaker, witnesses on the ground are saying both Spider-Men showed up at the exact moment Rhino broke free. Coincidence? I think not.
Okay. I wish I could autoplay these.
We've got our first caller coming down the chimney. You're live and festive on Just the Facts with J. Jonah Jameson.
Season's greetings, Jonah. I just want to get your thoughts on Roxxon's new development in Harlem. Great for jobs, or just wiping out small businesses?
So glad you asked, caller. Without question, Roxxon Plaza is American ingenuity at its finest. Green energy for the tree huggers, groundbreaking new tech for Wall Street, and jobs for the locals. Look, we faced a terrible tragedy with last year's Devil's Breath crisis. It's taken time to rebuild. But Roxxon stepped up to the plate, invested millions creating a state-of-the-art facility in a neighborhood that, let's face it, wasn't exactly booming. The way I see it, Roxxon Plaza's a Christmas gift for the people of Harlem and all of New York. I understand some folks fear change, but it's a good thing. Take it from J. Jonah Jameson. Jared, not 3 sugars, not 1 sugar. Tahoo sugars.
Tahoo.
For 40 years, it's been Tahoo sugars. Never do this to me again.
So J. Jonah Jameson is a Roxxon fan.
Now, I know many of you brushheads love to listen to this show on your subway commute. I personally do my best to avoid setting foot in those feces-infested death tubes. But Jared informs me that a major outage recently stopped all trains going through Harlem. I'm happy to report that service to the area has since been fully restored. But it should come as no surprise to learn that the new Spider-Man was seen futzing with transit authority equipment during
I thought
the
he said
outage.
fucking.
Now I can already hear the zealots among you whining through your phones. But Jonah, obviously Spider-Man fixed the problem. Blah, 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 blah.
Me too.
Let's just stop right there and unpack that. Why would a guy who can swing through the skies and ignore Manhattan gridlock entirely need to even think about what's going on with the subway? If you just follow the threads, they take you right to the inevitable destination, the corner of Spider-Man Street and Menace Avenue. Merry Christmas! Despite Spider-Man and his sidekick's best attempt to ruin the holidays, I'm here to unwrap the best present you'll get all day. Me, J. Jonah Jameson. Now isn't that better than an overweight septuagenarian breaking into your home? Caller lines are open, so dial in and spend the Yuletide with Santa Jonah, ho ho ho, as I sip on this hot Wait a minute. Friends, the war on Christmas is brutal and relentless, but we soldier on. Call now.
I thought he was going to be
Here we are
angry.
again.
That there are
A
no
major
marshmallows.
disaster in our city. Explosions, a bridge collapse, weapons discharged amid rush hour traffic.
Beautiful arch.
Thank heaven no lives were
Love
lost.
that arch.
But we can't be that lucky every time. What if this attack had happened a few days later, during the so-called storm of the century the 5 o'clock news won't stop jabbering about? From disaster to bedlam,
Put the dogs away!
go around, including to these underground thugs. That being said, it'd be a dereliction of my duty if I didn't point out that the Underground's attack was little more than an armored car heist until Spider-Man's bratty little sidekick showed up and tried to handle things, all on his own. What happened next? He made things worse. This new kid wants to be Spider-Man? Well, he sure is living up to the name. Speaking of which, anyone notice that the original Spider-Man hasn't been seen lately? I think I know why. He's like the parent pretending that the kid melting down in the cereal aisle isn't theirs. But we know the apple doesn't fall far from the web. We know it. You're the apple, Spider-Man. Friends, today I'm gonna have to be the disappointed parent. Not because of Jared. He's actually doing a fine job for a change.
Oh, shit.
I'm disappointed that once again, some of you have allowed yourselves to be convinced that it's okay for a complete stranger with zero legal authority to parade around in a Halloween costume pretending to be some kind of savior. And once again, that misplaced faith has resulted in an unimaginable disaster. The truth is, it doesn't matter if you think Spider-Man is good. It doesn't even matter if he thinks he's good. What matters is that every time something gets destroyed in this city, he's there. Or now, his protege is. Ask yourselves, with all these crises we faced, can we really afford to deal with twice as many? And where will it all end? Spider-Woman? Spider-Punk? Spider-Pig? Oh! While I vomit at that thought, enjoy these important messages from our...
You know, they just listed a fuck ton of people from the Spider-Verse as he was trying to make up, like, offensive fucking names. He was like, Spider-Punk, Spider-Pig. Spider-Punk and Spider-Pig are people from the Spider-Verse.
Today I have the honor of welcoming Roxxon Energy's head of R&D, Simon Krieger. Mr. Krieger, you've been out promoting the benefits of your new form reactors, the first of which is set to open in Harlem soon. Yet, you've had some critics.
Well, first off, Jonah, let me say what an honor and a pleasure it is to be on your show.
Oh, well, I'm blushing.
And yeah, you're right. We've had some resistance. Most
He's
notably from Rio Morales, who looks to be a new city council member in the upcoming special election. And I have a lot of respect for Miss Morales. She's smart. She's a great role model for young women. But I think she's putting her energy in the wrong place. Our new form reactors will make this a better city, a better home for New Yorkers. But I guess some people just have a hard time with change.
Let me give you some advice. One highly successful man to another. You know what I like to say to my critics? You and the horse you rode in on.
Oh my god.
Well, okay, I admire your conviction. You're a man who's not afraid to pay a fine in order to make your point.
Fine? What do you mean? Jared, how much? Do your editing thing, quick! You all remember Wilson Fisk, don't you? The so-called kingpin of crime? I'm told he's getting 5-star treatment in his cell, which is nicer than Jared's apartment, while his shark lawyers appeal his conviction. But it seems there may be some justice in the world after all, because a new Daily Bugle expose reveals that his now dilapidated Fisk Tower, which is scheduled for demolition in the new year, has been taken over by squatters. And isn't it just perfect karma that this garish monument to the ego of a guy who always felt he was above the law has been overrun by a bunch of freeloading bums? Next thing you know...
Oh shit, it stops. Fuck.
You all remember Wilson Fisk, don't you?
I'll just go to the next one.
You've heard this before. Spider-Man chases villain through city. Millions of dollars of property damage follow. We're still tallying up the damage from Rhino's rampage. Then the bridge disaster. And now it seems the Junior Menace decided to go for the hat trick with his new frenemy, the Tinkerer. I say those two should get a room, preferably a prison cell, and hash out their differences in private, somewhere very, very far from New York. And I don't just mean Jersey. I'm talking Oregon or even Alaska. then
It's
maybe
Oregon.
I could have one peaceful night at home watching the great Wakandan cook-off without getting interrupted by my fire escape being torn off the side of my building. Darn it, that reminds me. Jared, did you send my DVR?
Oh, okay.
Stop me if you've heard this before. Spider-Man chases villain through city. Millions of dollars of property damage follow. We're still tallying up the damage. Batten
We
down
already
the
heard
hatches, folks. The long presaged storm of the century, one heck of a blizzard, is blowing in. Make sure you're stocked up on supplies. My loyal listeners will already have plenty of Jameson's jerky, guaranteed to last longer than radioactive fallout. Meanwhile, if you're planning on taking
wow.
the in-laws to visit Trinity Church, I got some bad news. Parts of this sacred local landmark are now rubble following yet another skirmish involving Spider-Man and the Tinkerer. Thankfully, Roxxon was able to secure the scene quickly. The current whereabouts of either masked menace are unclear. But right now, that's secondary to the fact that Roxxon has generously offered to pick up the cost of Trinity's restoration, even though the damage was caused through no fault of their own. That's the kind of selfless giving we need more of this time of year, folks. Roxxon just made my nice list. I'll give you 3 guesses who's on the naughty list. And they all start with Spider, an ending man.
Oh. Is that so?
Listeners, you all know that I pride myself on truth, integrity, and facts. I've been tough on this new Spider-Man since the disaster on Braithwaite Bridge. For good reason. The kid screwed things up so bad, even the original model would have blushed redder than his costume. The classic one, not that ugly new thing. But today, I must also acknowledge that the city is rallying around this youngster and proclaiming him a hero. With an unstable energy source on the verge of wiping Harlem off the map, this youthful Spider-Man reportedly stepped in and saved lives. Or at least that's what his supporters want us to think. The real truth is that none of this would have happened if he hadn't donned a ridiculous suit and started swinging willy-nilly around the city, performing reckless acts of violence. Hero? More like zero?
Naked Willie.
Ha! Jared, open up the lines. I want to hear from those who agree with me. Jared, I said open up the lines. What do you mean they're open? Well, something must be wrong. Folks, we're having technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Ooh, special guest Rio Morales. Okay.
This very special episode, I'm joined by newly elected councilwoman Rio Morales of Harlem.
So this is after the game ended.
Instrumental in the effort to scale back Roxxon's expansion plans following the revelations that they endangered New Yorkers with their highly unstable energy source, Nuform. Welcome, Councilwoman.
Thanks for having me, Mr. Jameson. I have to say, I was surprised when you reached out to my office.
My producer, Jared, was insistent that we have you on. Something about needing to broaden our demographics, especially after your recent appearance on another, much less popular show.
Oh, yeah. Danica Hart was wonderful.
My listeners would like to know, how do you plan to bring prosperity to your community? I think I speak for everyone when I say it's an area that has struggled for quite some time.
True prosperity isn't brought in from outside by huge faceless corporations. It comes from sustained investment in the people that make our community so special. It's true that folks here have struggled, but that's only because they've lacked advocates in City Hall. I will be their voice. And my hope is with that support, the city and the world will see that we're a vibrant area full of brilliant artists, kind people, and now, even our very own Spider-Man.
About that, you are now a publicly elected official. You are obligated to serve according to a constitution, laws, and time-tested ethical requirements, which I'm sure you respect. How can you reconcile that responsibility with your support of a vigilante who isn't bound by any of the same safeguards?
Spider-Man is not our enemy. He's a New Yorker like the rest of us, and he's just trying to do what's right. And if you ask me, he couldn't be doing a better job. That doesn't replace my obligations to my community, nor anyone else's who serves in a public role. But I do sleep easier every night knowing that he's out there, helping us all pick up the slack.
I'm happy to spend all day arguing why that sleep could easily become a nightmare. But we're out of time. And your approval polls are very high. So I'll just say thank you, Councilwoman. Jared will be sending you some lovely parting gifts, including my J. Jonah Java, the decaf substitute doctors
Oh.
of mine are insisting their patients of a certain age drink. If you down it fast, you almost believe it's real coffee. Jameson out.
Coffee alcohol. I have to say, I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Small businesses are the backbone of America, and they have no greater champion than J. Jonah Jameson. But they have an enemy, too. Spiderman. Apparently, he's been disrupting their supply chains in Harlem. Here to tell us about it is the proprietor of local restaurant Pana Fuerte. Buenvenidos, Camila.
Gracias, Senor Jameson, but there's been a misunderstanding. Spider-Man stopped the punks who were robbing us. I think your producer got confused. He kept wanting to talk to me in Spanish. Don't ask me why.
Jared's taking a course, which he's clearly gonna fail. But having a Spider-Man in your neighborhood, fighting criminals in the streets, that can't be good for business.
Actually, it's great. We got tourists coming in, hoping to see him. And when something gets damaged, my husband fixes it. His name's Jesus. He's a contractor. His business is called Y'all Meet Jesus. Anything gets messed up, he's your guy.
You all need Jesus.
Thank you, madam. I think we can all use Jesus right about now. Especially Jared, as soon as we cut to commercial. I said cut to commercial. Take your medicine like a man.
Oh, okay.
Folks, the Feast Centers have had a rough go ever since their founder, Martin Lee, turned out to be the mad bomber known as Mr. Neighbor. But I believe in the Feast
Justice for Jared.
because I knew May Parker.
Oh
A
shit.
brave woman who literally gave her life to keep them going. So I was distressed to hear the Harlem branch recently suffered a
To the cleanup, check out our website. It's tax deductible.
wonderful. I'm donating 10% of my paycheck for this week. And half of Jared's. Now, I'm hearing Spider-Man may have been responsible for the flood.
No way. Someone was responsible, but it wasn't Spider-Man. Follow the money. Who benefits from lower property values?
And I'm going to stop you there, because we have a strict policy of not saying anything that will get me sued. Incidentally, I'm pretty sure Spider-Man can't afford lawyers.
It wasn't Spider-Man.
We're out of time. Thanks so much for joining us, Gloria. And remember, everyone, if you want to be a real hero, not like a certain masked menace, donate to Feast.
True.
Better, Mike, before I end up in the poorhouse.
Oh my god.
Today, I want to address some rumors making the rounds of the pool halls and sleazy bars. Supposedly, Wilson Fisk has been trying to destabilize Harlem in order to make it cheaper and easier for him to acquire properties. All from behind bars. Now, you all know my distaste for conspiracy theories. If there's proof, I will be the first to condemn malfeasance. But until that happens, it is poisonous, irresponsible, and wrong to repeat such baseless and inflammatory claims. That's the kind of behavior I'd expect from someone like Spider-Man, who several people have told me enjoys a destabilized neighborhood himself because it creates more crime and thus more opportunities for him to make himself look good. So, let's be careful what we say and stick to the facts. Okay, people? Folks,
Last one.
I've heard differing opinions from my discerning
Then we got
listeners on
Danicast.
Roxxon's security force. On the one hand, this is fair. There are some of the same concerns I have about Spider-Man. These are not law enforcement officers and do not answer to the same standards. On the other hand, Roxxon has every right to protect its property and interests. And many of the skirmishes people are concerned about started because Spider-Man broke and entered into Roxxon's places of business. Now, I'm told these incidents have died down, but I ask you, if a stranger in a skin-tight suit burst into your bedroom at night, what would you do? Nope, no wait, that was rhetorical. Jared, shut down the comments. You people are sick.
Jameson's out. Yep, that was rhetorical. Yep. You fucked up.
All right, now Danicast, and then on to Spider-Man 2.
Hey friends, thank you so much for telling people about this podcast. We've jumped the charts from 136 to 87. Wow. Okay, moving on. Today I'm doing a quick cast before I head downtown for my citizenship test, and I'm answering fan DMs. First one, where are you from, Danica? Well, I was born in Fuzhou, China, but we came to New York when I was 6. Next question, what kind of mic do you use? Purple one? I'm just kidding. The link's on my blog. Okay, question 3. What's the point of your podcast? Okay, so once a week, I get coffee with my friend, a journalist turned lobbyist. We talk about the news, and while we don't always agree, having to defend what I think makes me prep better. It keeps me informed and gives me a chance to revise my gut reactions. So I thought, what if everybody had that friend? What if I could be that friend for them? That's why I'm here. Ooh, and I should head to the subway. Thanks for listening, and remember that being overly familiar on social media is not cool. Okay, bye! Hello, this is the Danicast with Danica Hart, where we talk about the news without screaming at clouds. Let's start with the most obvious news.
Oh, you do?
Prison
Okay.
break! Wait, that's not the right tone. Let me try again. Prison break. Okay, so, police were transferring prisoners back to the raft. They tried to break out. The Spiderman stuff. We all know that much. But here's something weird, okay? Police say Alexei Sitsievich, aka Rhino, has been transferred to a more secure, privatized form of work release. What the heck does that mean? No one will say, so I'm gonna keep digging. Although if it means Rhino is being held somewhere more secure than the raft, I guess that's good news. Till next time, if you're walking on a busy sidewalk, step to the side if you're staring at your phone or need to slow down, or I will run you over. Just kidding. Mostly. Okay, bye!
Huh.
Hey, Danicast fans. You ever hear a story that you just can't get out of your head? Maybe it's a scene from a movie, a headline you read on the back of someone else's newspaper, or your friend's play-by-play of a no-good, very bad date. Well, for me, that story is the underground. Who are they? What do they want? What's infuriating is that the question is so simple, but it seems impossible to answer. They steal, hurt, kidnap, and harass. They hit businesses and crime families alike. They have next-level technology and a grudge against everyone. I'm gonna keep looking into them, and if you have a tip, please send it my way. Until next time, remember not to put your coffee grounds in the garbage disposal, or they'll clog up your drain, like real bad. Okay, bye!
I will be right back. I'm gonna grab some peanut butter.
I like Danica because I like her comments.
Okay, I am back.
Hey, Danicasters! A lot of you have questions about Roxxon, such as, who are they? And why do they suck so much? So let me give you a quick rundown. Simon
I heard
took
everything
over
you said,
after
by the way,
inventing
before I
Nuform,
left.
Roxxon's super secret fuel source. He shifted the company's focus to power, and now he's trying to build Nuform reactors around the city, starting in Harlem. Caught up? Cool. Now here's the problem. Nuform has not been vetted by anyone. No government agency, no council of medical professionals, nada. Zilch. Roxxon claims Nuform is a corporate secret and doesn't want to give up the goods for review. Well, too bad, buddy. People need to know it's safe before they put it in their light bulbs. Have more questions? DM me. Until next time, remember to drink 8 8-ounce glasses of water per day to keep you nice and...
Oh, talking about that, drink water.
Bye.
Okay, I'm muting.
Hello, friends, and and welcome to the Danicast. You may have heard that I endorsed candidate Rio Morales for city council in the special election, so today I'm interviewing her. For real! Thank you for being on, Miss Morales.
Thank you for
I'm
having
moving
me.
my mic.
I absolutely love your show.
Aw, thanks. So you're running against the incumbent in your district. How do you think you can do better?
Unlike my opponent, I live in the district, and I listen to the people who call it home. I want Harlem to be as vibrant and safe as it was while I was growing up here. Roxanne Plaza was built on the current leadership's watch. That alone should make anyone think twice about voting for him.
We agree on that. Switching gears a bit, you're a full-time science teacher. What made you want to jump into politics?
It's really about loving my home and wanting to fight for it. During Martin Lee's attack on City Hall, my husband gave his life to protect others. I want to honor his memory by fighting for my neighbors and friends the best way I know how.
Good luck in the polls, and thank you for being on the show. Dana fans, you can join an AMA with candidate Morales on my blog for the next hour. Until next time, remember to set 1 minute per hour aside for deep, meditative breathing. Helps you clear your head. Okay, bye!
Tomorrow drink water. Danica said so.
Hey all, we're gonna be a little bit more serious today. If you were hurt in the Underground's attack on Roxanne Plaza, physically or emotionally, please get help. There's a list of resources on my blog. Switching topics, I'm pulling together an expose on the Underground, and I need your help. If you have any information you can share, it could help us shine a light on a group that needs to be taken down. Till next time, stay safe, and remember your mental health is just as important as your physical health. Goodbye. Hey, my buds, my dudes, my gal pals. As if New York wasn't exciting enough during the holidays, there is now a tropical storm / hurricane creeping its way up the coast. Oh yeah, just like that movie where the boat gets flipped over by a big wave, you know? Oh, sorry, spoilers. Anyway, if this storm hits, a lot of people are gonna need help. So now's a great time to donate to your local shelter. Till next time, remember to check your credit score annually. You get 1 free report per year, so be responsible. Goodbye.
Nice.
Hey, friends. Apparently, Mr. Jameson heard that I am quoting his producer here, a Spider-Man stan. So now he's demanding I debate him.
Stanley.
Jameson is a trained debater, and he's an accomplished journalist. So even if I'm right, that doesn't mean I can win. Sometimes it's not about the truth, it's about being the one who talks the most, or the loudest. But look, this debate is going to happen. I couldn't live with myself if I didn't try, and hey, maybe we'll all learn something. Next week, I'll post an edited version of the debate with Triple J, with the full transcript on my blog. But until then, remember to invest in blue light filters if screens give you headaches. Bye!
Truth. I want to get blue light glasses once I become a professional streamer.
Hello, friends. This is the Danicast with our debate.
That's your intro? Lame! We in the business call that burying the lead. Put it up! Let me ask you something, Danny. Do you ever think about what you're inciting? About your journalistic integrity?
More than some.
Because your campaign against Roxanne is baffling to an actual journalist like myself. You should be attacking the young, unproved vigilante who keeps causing problems in Harlem.
What? You twist everything Spider-Man does into something malicious while simultaneously excusing everything Roxanne does wrong. All Spider-Man needs for you to support him is to get a better PR department.
The only problem Spider-Man fixes are the ones he causes. I won't praise the arsonist for putting...
Tearing down homes and businesses. Our new Spider-Man is proving that Harlem isn't the failure Roxanne makes it out to be. And you, Mr. Jameson, for someone who claims to love New York, you sure do seem to hate New Yorkers.
You are clearly emotional, young lady, so I'm invoking the mercy rule on this debate. Jared, shut it down. And whose idea was it to debate a teenager? There are no good objects to destroying a child. Get the car. I need a hot stone massage.
Hello? Hello? Yeah, he's gone. Well, thanks for the debate that you demanded, Mr. Jameson. To everyone else, remember to stand up every half hour while working at a computer. Bye.
Okay. You know, meditating is actually good for the body. We should do it sometime.
Hey, Danicast fans. My debate with Triple J.
Drink
did
water.
numbers.
Drink more water.
Like,
Right now. Drink water.
vaulted the podcast up the chart to number 3. 3! That is above Mr. Jameson himself. Someone recognized me at the deli today and asked about my citizenship application. Like, that's weird, right? It's weird. Okay, so I'm kind of wondering if maybe it's time to class up the pod a little. You know, talk less about me, talk more about the issues, include some ads, appear in public wearing a blazer, that kind of thing. What do you think? My DMs are still open, so let me know. And until next time, don't talk to women wearing headphones, okay? Please? They don't like it. Bye!
True.
Hey all, this cast could get a little maudlin, so, instead I'm gonna phrase it as a call to action. Things are bad in Harlem. The underground, Roxxon, the Tinkerer, it's all coming to a head with the neighborhood caught in the middle. City Council candidate Rio Morales is organizing a full evacuation to the Bronx.
Oh, come
So
on,
please,
man.
if you're
We
out
are
in
almost done
Harlem
with
and can offer
Danicast.
a room, a bed, a couch, anything, you could save a life. I know you're afraid.
Yeah, no, I'm saying.
I am too.
I could probably finish this.
But this
I'm
is
not
our
gonna
time to come
be
together as a
smart
community.
Spider-Man 2.
We are strong enough to survive
You
this.
gotta be fucking kidding me.
Today's
It's okay.
advice is to hold your
All
loved
right.
ones close. Goodbye, friends, and good luck. Hey y'all, it has been a good
I can
week
stream the
for
Rad
Harlem.
Brad. I guess it's
Spider-Man stopped the
fine.
Tinkerer, Rio Morales was elected to city council, Roxxon Plaza is closed for good, and Simon Krieger is in jail. Boom! Ha! Bonus, I
I mean, I
passed my
really want to
citizenship
play
test.
Spider-Man 2.
$40.
At least the first
So let's
15
try
minutes
and
of
finish
it.
your candy. Okay, back to business. In an attempt to save face, Roxxon's board released all of Krieger's personal documents. Memos, emails, real fun stuff. While I'm combing through those docs and waiting to hear Triple J eat crow on air, I'll be playing unreleased, pre-recorded casts. Fresh material coming in a few weeks, and in the meantime, remember to sing to your plants while you water them. Seriously, they love it. Okay, bye. See you soon. Y'all, I want to say that it is a damn good
15
thing
minutes,
having
come on.
Spider-Man.
15 minutes. That's all I
right.
asked for
No
on
censoring.
Spider-Man.
That is how
Spider-Man
real we're
2.
getting. Recently, a woman from Harlem was kidnapped. Before the PDNY had even tracked her as missing,
It will.
Spider-Man found
It
her.
will. It will
Harlem's
be
going through a
15.
rough patch since Roxxon moved in. I hope that having Spider-Man on their side.
We don't have
gives
20
them a
minutes.
hope
We
this
have
holiday
like
season.
we have like
Listeners,
5 minutes
give
left on this.
Spider-Man a shout out from me on your favorite social and donate
Yes,
to
I
Rio
do.
Morales' campaign if you're
I have
into
it
saving the
downloaded.
neighborhood from corporate takeover. And remember, clean your dryer filter after every load. Goodbye. Hey
We
friends.
literally only
some
have, what,
news.
5 more?
East North, the satellite branch
We're
in
good.
Harlem, is shutting down. Details on why are spotty, but I've heard that a flood made the building unlivable. If you're able to donate money, time, blankets, or food, it would really help the people who will be displaced by this. Today's advice: lining your trash can with paper will help absorb spilled liquids. I suggest using one of J. Jonah Jameson's books. Okay, bye. Good
4
news,
more.
friends. Feast North is back on its feet. And guess who we have to thank? That's right, the new Spider-Man. Y'all, what doesn't this guy do? Okay, if you have pictures of Spidey cleaning up Feast, send them my way, and I'll feature them on the blog. Till next time, remember that a 10-minute nap will give you the energy boost you need.
It's 9 o'clock for you.
That we all need,
You
actually.
need to take her at 8.
Okay, goodbye. Hey, Dana fans. For the last few weeks, Harlem has had a series of bad breaks. The attack on C.J. Walker Park, to name one. Spider-Man intervened to protect the neighborhood, but he didn't do it alone. I'm here with Genki Lee, the Harlem local who helped Spider-Man
Oh my
save
god,
the neighborhood.
Genki!
It felt really good to help people out. Even better when we found out Wilson Fisk was behind it. Shutting him down is a career highlight for me. And Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I bet. How did you guys stumble on the conspiracy?
By talking to people in the neighborhood. They were all looking out for each other, which helped us look out for them. Teo, Caleb, Camila, Haley, Steph, Gloria, If you're listening, thank you.
I checked with Wilson Fisk's parole officer, who confirmed the big guy is under tighter security and will likely get some time tacked onto his prison sentence. Genki, and everyone in Harlem, thanks for looking out. Till next time, friends, remember to change your toothbrush every 3 months. Goodbye. Hey, pod listeners. This
I haven't changed my
episode is part of
toothpaste
the
in like,
series Underground
I don't know, 5 years.
Exposed. Spider-Man recently took down an underground hideout in Greenwich, and we found evidence that the underground went to war against the Magia. Yes, that Magia, the old school crime family. Back then, there was no tinkerer, and the underground considered themselves a new class of criminal, the young mafia, if you will. They wanted respect, so they went after the crime families. The conflict sputtered out when Hammerhead staged the full-on takeover of the Magia, which indirectly saved the underground. Thanks for that, Hammerhead, you jerk. Till next time, if you're trying to change your habits, limit yourself to 1 change per month so you can stick to it. Goodbye. Hey,
You know what?
fans,
That's
you're
good
tuning into
advice.
my 4-part series, Underground Exposed. While Spider-Man was shutting down the underground's hideout in the Upper East Side, I found evidence of their days partnering with
Oh my god.
Tombstone's gang. Yep, you heard that right. They worked together off and on until an underground killed one of Tombstone's people. Cue violent feud. The underground were horribly
I'll tell you in a
and
second.
ruthlessly outgunned. Then Tombstone was hauled off to prison, and not long after, the Tinkerer became their new leader and supplier. You can find more details on my blog. Till next time, try to tackle your hardest work between 2 and 3 p.m. Seriously, you're at peak attention span then. Bye!
Okay. Alright. So, that's it for Spider-Man 2. There's literally nothing else to show you. There's nothing else to do. We're done. We're fucking done.
So what did we, oh my god?
We, oh my godded,